captioning for Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Aflac, Dunkin' Donuts, Verizon, W.B. Mason, and the Yawkey Foundations.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Fenway Park.
Heroics on Saturday night capped off a Red Sox comeback and triggered a party at the park. Pedro is locked in. Over his last 3 starts, he has 26 Ks in 21 innings while allowing just 2 earned runs. Today, Toronto is in trouble. Live from Fenway Park, NESN presents Boston Red Sox baseball. Today, the Red Sox take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Hi, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Game 4 of the series, and what a game last night was.
Well, that was a very big win for the Red Sox, Don, last night. Their first of the unofficial second half. To come back and win that game in late innings should give them a very big boost for today's game, where they have Pedro Martinez, and I might add a well-rested Pedro Martinez to try to gain a split in this series.
He'll go up against old friend John Wasdin. We're back after this. Towards the monster seats and a monster mash for Kevin Millar. Diving is Miller. Gets up and throws. Did he get it? You betcha. Ortiz will come around. High drive, deep right field. It's gone. Todd Walker homers into the Baltimore bullpen. A 2-run home run. Yummy sends it high and deep to right in the corner, and it's gone. Tickets are still available by calling 877 Red Sox 9.
Kennedy! Where's Kennedy?
Here.
You sold my wife a Caravan yesterday.
It is the summer sales drive.
With low financing and the warranty?
Yeah.
Can I get the same on a Hemi Ram?
Now get 0% financing for 60 months or a $2,500 cash allowance on our best products like Dodge Ram 1500. Plus, get our 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Let us prove we got the best values in America. See your Dodge dealer today.
Drinks before lunch?
Water's fine for me.
Water for me, too, but with lemon, please.
I'll have a Sam Adams, please.
Make that 2 Sam Adams.
Oh, I'll have a Sam also. Me 4.
Nice. Never miss an opportunity to enjoy a tasty Samuel Adams lager, especially when it's on someone else's tab. Samuel Adams, always a good decision.
This little printer gives you professional-looking labels faster and easier than ever. The Dymo Label Writer sets up and prints the labels you need in seconds from PC or Mac. It's simple. Just highlight and click. Label Writer prints perfect address labels for envelopes and packages, plus binders, Pendaflex files, name badges, CDs, everything. Even internet postage. Dymo Label Writer. No wasted sheet labels, no costly ink or toner, no problems. Visit dymo.com or your dealer for perfect labels, fast and easy.
Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, by your Boston area Lexus dealers, by Citizens Bank, and by Dunkin' Donuts. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Fenway Park, the 4th and final game between the Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy, along with Eric Fried here this afternoon on what is a picture-perfect afternoon, a sun-drenched Fenway Park. And the Red Sox here today trying to gain a split in this 4-game series. And last night, a terrific win for the Red Sox.
Very exciting win, too, to be able to come from behind, steal some bases, get some clutch base hits, and get that first win of the unofficial second half. Stay pace with the Yankees at 4 back and gain a game on Oakland in that wild card race.
Well, the Red Sox taking the field today, led by their starter, Pedro Martinez. Let's take a look at the visiting Toronto Blue Jays starting lineup, brought to you by Dodge. Howie Clark at the top of the order as the DH. Frank Catalanato in left. Vernon Wells in center field. Carlos Delgado at first base. Greg Myers does the catching. Bobby Kilty in right field. Eric Hensky third base. Orlando Hudson is at second base, batting eighth. And Chris Woodward bats ninth and plays at shortstop.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by a Boston area Lexus dealers. It'll be Bill Miller at third base, Nomar the shortstop, Damian Jackson at second base, and Kevin Millar at first. Left to right, Manny Ramirez, Johnny Damon, and Trot Nixon. Jason Varitek behind the plate, and on the mound, Pedro Martinez. Start number 17. The record stands at 6-2. The 2.36 ERA is second best in the American League to Esteban Loaiza. Pedro is now fourth in the league in strikeouts and first in batting average against at .210. He has not faced the Blue Jays yet this season. In his career, 6-2 with a 3.19 ERA. That's seen 13 career starts against Toronto.
And the umpiring crew, Angel Hernandez has the plate this afternoon. Randy Marsh at first base, Kevin Kelly at second, and Paul Schreiber is the umpire at third.
Let's check today's game notes, brought to you by a New England Toyota dealer. John Wasdin, career against the Red Sox, 2-2. That's in 10 games. Pedro, 1.91 ERA in 10 games, leads the American League, and 13 errors in last 31 games for the Red Sox. The Red Sox are currently 7th in the league with 63 errors on the season.
Where available, today's broadcast can be heard in Spanish by using the SAP function on your TV set.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Well, again, it is a beautiful afternoon here in Boston. The Red Sox wrapping up their series with the Toronto Blue Jays. Pedro Martinez on the mound and Howie Clark in on the left side. The Toronto DH to lead it off here today. And the first pitch of the afternoon in there for strike one. Pedro in search of his 7th win, but he could have a lot more than he currently has. He's had 5 games blown by the bullpen, games in which he is left with a lead this season. So Pedro's record could be dramatically different. But there are a couple guys that really can make that statement. You think of Tim Wakefield as another who really has been burned in that area a few times this year. But to Pedro's credit, he has said nothing about it each time, and back to work again. The 0-2 to Clark misses away this time. Earned run average still very, very good at 2.36 heading into today's action. It is 17th start of the season. Clark gets a piece of that stay alive very defensively. 1-2.
Mentioned last night that the last couple of days Pedro has been battling a head cold that has got him down a little bit, but as far as rest goes, he's got plenty of that. Hadn't worked since last Saturday against the Tigers.
Look at the month of July for Pedro in terms of earned run average, the best, 0.86 ERA. 1-2 is up the middle and into center field. Howie Clark, the leadoff hitter, is aboard for the Jays as he hangs in there. Bad swing last time, but this time he comes up with a base hit.
In fact, gets a curveball that time from Pedro, leaves it out over the plate, and Howie Clark picks up the hard hit ground ball up the middle for the base hit. It's right off the top of the mound and quickly past Nomar for the hit.
So Howie Clark is at first base. Here's Frank Catalanato. He's 1 for 11 so far in the series as he carves it foul off the left side. Saw Catalanato come off the bench last night in a pinch hitting role, hitting at 300 with 8 home runs and 45 runs batted in overall in the season. Field. Nixon will be looking up into the high sky, but he's under it. Makes the catch for out number 1. Back to the bag at first goes Howie Clark.
This is not going to be easy this afternoon for outfielders and infielders. There's not a cloud in the sky to help out. All players pretty much have those sunglasses on. They'll be doing everything to try to help themselves make the plays on those fly balls and pop-ups. Very bright here at the ballpark. Just a beautiful day.
One out, one on for Vernon Wells as you get into the heart of this Toronto Blue Jays order. Wells, the center fielder, bats third in the Jays order. Vernon Wells at .298, 23 home runs and 84 runs batted in. And in the first game of the series had a night off, the first time that he has missed a game as he started the first 96 games of the year for the Blue Jays. Pedro missing inside with the 0-1. 1-1 now to Wells.
Pretty good success for Wells against Pedro. 3 for 10 in his career. And you see the 7-game hitting streak at .290.
Red Sox infield a double play depth with 1 out and 1 on, as Wells sends it foul off the right side, back and out of play. Now Pedro Martinez, who it seems always has milestones to talk about every time he goes out there. He needs 4 2/3 innings pitched today to reach 2,000 in his major league career in innings pitched. And he's ready with the 1-2 to Vernon Wells. He'll have to wait as he'll check at first base on Clark. Today is also game number 2,000 in the broadcast booth for my partner Jerry Remy. Did you realize you were getting that close to 2,000?
I had no idea till a couple of days ago when somebody at Nesson, Gary Roy, told me that. 2,000 more than I expected, Don.
The 1-2 is fouled off the right side. Now are they going to stop the game here like they did for Cal Ripken? Get to the 5th inning and make sure this is official, because if the rains come, then this really won't be your 2,000th game till they get to the 5th.
Now you got to hold on a little while then, I guess.
So it is premature to congratulate you on your 2,000th game. How many games did you play in? Do you remember?
I'm going to say around 1,200 somewhere, maybe less than that.
Total 1,184. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And Pedro Martinez strikes out Vernon Wells. First strikeout of the afternoon for Martinez.
A cut fastball here from Pedro to pick up his first strikeout of the afternoon. Strikeout high on the season for Pedro, 12 against Minnesota. That was back in May. Had 8 last time against Detroit. That was in 7 innings. Strikeout leader in the American League, Roger Clemens with 136, Messina 121, Roy Halladay 120, and then Pedro with 113 now.
2 outs. Here is Carlos Delgado for the first time today. Delgado checking in at .309, 28 home runs and 98 runs batted in. Working inside to Delgado. Did he go? Check at third, and they say he did not offer. And it's 2-0 now to Delgado. Well, he is up there in a number of categories, tied for first with 28 home runs, 98 RBIs on top in that category. Runs, slugging percentage, and scoring percentage. The tie in home runs is with Jason Giambi, who has 28 for the Yankees. Good cut from Delgado. Blue Jays and Red Sox, the top 2 teams in the major leagues in terms of batting average. The Red Sox are the top team at .292. The Blue Jays in behind them at .287 collectively as a club. And the highest batting average in the National League as a team belongs to the St. Louis Cardinals. What a lineup they have. They hit at .286 as a club, a lineup that includes Albert Pujols among others.
Now that .286 pretty impressive in the National League where the pitchers hit.
That's right. .3-1 to Delgado. In on the hands, pops it up foul off the left side, and A full count to Delgado. .235 batting average for Carlos Delgado against Pedro, including 2 home runs. Pedro's thrown 17 pitches here in the top of the first inning. Howie Clark at first base, 2 down. In the air to right field. This will take Nixon back, take him to the track, front of the wall, and trots there to make the catch. Wow. Right up against that short fencing front of the Toronto bullpen. Nixon reels it in, and the Jays are gone.
Flying to the Washington area for business? If these 21 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to Baltimore Washington International, maybe this will. Now you can fly to BWI for just $49 each way with our everyday fun fares.
You are now free to move about the country.
So we can get the low financing.
Or the cash allowance.
And the 770 warranty.
Yep.
We should do it.
Yeah. Now grab our best deals, like 0% financing for 60 months, or cash allowances of up to $3,500 on Dodge Caravan, America's best-selling minivan. Plus, get our 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Sweet. The remote control always gets them.
Let us prove we got the best values in America. See your Dodge dealer today.
Back at Fenway Park, Pedro Martinez threw the first inning, giving up just 1 hit. Boy, Delgado took him deep to right, but Nixon back there to make the catch to rob him of the home run. Let's take a look at the Red Sox starting lineup, brought to you by Dodge. Johnny Damon at the top of the Boston order again today. Bill Miller at third base, batting second. No Mars at shortstop. Manny in left. David Ortiz, the DH. Kevin Millar at first base. Trot Nixon in right. Jason Varitek does the catching, and Damian Jackson gives Todd Walker the day off as he bats ninth. Johnny Damon to lead it off as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Is that a new do for Johnny that I noticed?
Looks like he's got, yeah, some, what do they call that?
Braids.
Braids.
Yeah. He's constantly kind of experimenting. For those of you who saw him during the winter, he was going with the high hair look, which was straight up in the air. This is all braided up now as he tries to find that right hair look.
Now, John Wasdin making the start, his second start today for the Toronto Blue Jays. They picked him up out of the Pirates organization back on July 8th. His first start coming against the Yankees. Only lasted an inning in that game. Gave up 8 hits and 5 earned runs.
Will get away.
Spent some time in Japan, a lot of minor league time since leaving the Red Sox. Was 1-4 last year in the Japanese Central League.
Wasdin now 30 years of age as he's pitched in the big leagues with the Oakland A's, the Red Sox, Colorado Rockies, the Orioles. Line to left. Damon sends it towards the corner. Catalinato over to dig it out, but Damon will be standing at second base with a leadoff double.
Johnny Damon, if he has a big day today, might have to keep those braids for a while before combing them out. Takes that fastball that's going down and away and slaps it out in that left field corner for the double. Damon picks up his 26th double of the season. That puts him in the top 10 in the American League in that category.
I don't think he can comb it out all that quickly. I think even if he has a bad day today, he's got to keep it for
Is that right?
I don't think he can pick it out all that quick. I guess you could, but it's not worth the aggravation after he went through all that trouble to get him in there. Damon at second base with a leadoff double. Bill Miller, the Red Sox third baseman, batting second today in the order. at .334 in the season, which has him third overall in the American League in batting, behind Ichiro's at .348, and Melvin Mora is at .344 this season. Miller is third. The gentleman on deck, Nomar Garcia-Parra, is fifth in the AL in hitting right now. Popped up, foul off third. Hinske moving over towards the stands, and he'll make the catch. Leading the row in to pull that one back to the playing surface for the first out here in the bottom of the first.
Now let's check the Toronto defense, brought to you by a Boston area Lexus dealers. It'll be Eric Hinske at third base, just making that catch. Chris Woodward, the shortstop. Orlando Hudson at second, and Carlos Delgado at first. Left to right, Frank Catalano, Vernon Wells, and Bobby Kilty. Greg Myers behind the plate, catching John Wasdin.
So one away, Damon at second base, and here's Nomar Garcia-Parra at .322, 13 homers and 60 runs batted in. To the first pitch, pops it up foul. Back comes Myers towards the stands and can't make the catch. It's off his glove, and he destroys a beverage. It was at the top.
Nice effort there by Greg Myers as he crashes into the wall. Can't quite make the catch, but it looks like he's got an armful of beer on him. There's that suds right there, and you can see he just knocks it over, gets a little bit wet. He's going to smell like he was out all last night from the rest of this game. That's not the case.
Now the 0-1 from Wasdin. Garcia-Parra skies it to right center. Vernon Wells with the glasses on takes care of out number 2. So Damon, who is at second base with nobody out, still standing there with now 2 down in the inning.
I would imagine John Wasdin a little nervous back here at Fenway Park, pitching this ball game, having a rough outing his last time out against the Yankees. If he can get through that first inning unharmed, it may help his confidence a bit.
Well, they recorded a no decision in his Blue Jays debut despite the tough loss, an 8-5 loss for Toronto. It was his first major league appearance since October 5th of 2001 with Baltimore, and oddly enough was against the Red Sox here at Fenway. 2 down for Manny Ramirez with Johnny Damon standing at second base. Manny Ramirez's base hit last night, of course, tying the score in dramatic fashion last night in the 9th, and the Red Sox securing the victory in the very next inning. Had to be happy for Jeremy Giambi, who got it all started last night, as he was able to beat out an infield hit, and then the pinch runner Gabe Capo ended up coming around to score the game-winning run. And he grounds it to third. Hinske from deep third, long throw that gets there in plenty of time. Red Sox strand a runner in scoring position. No score at the end of 1 from Fenway.
Behind them is the shortcut they'd heard about that supposedly went around the highway that's always backed up. Ahead of them is that highway. But right now, life is perfect thanks to an empty road, a full tank, and the available voice-activated navigation system of a 260 horsepower Acura MDX.
Fill your glasses for a toast.
Champagne?
Good move. A quality beer drinker doesn't compromise a Samuel Adams lager. Always a good decision.
Suarez, I have some good news. I'm taking you out.
Oh, you said you had good news.
I do. I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Give me the ball.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Back at Fenway as the Red Sox and Blue Jays. No score at the end of one.
H.B. Hood is rooting for the Red Sox and kids throughout New England. Each time the Red Sox strike out an opponent, make a double play, hit a home run at Fenway, Hood donates $100 to the Hood Home Team Advantage Fund, which in turn benefits children's hospitals all over New England.
Greg Myers to lead it off here in the second inning. Myers, Kilty, and Hinsky. In the air to left, Manny Ramirez started back, now comes on and is there to make the catch, hangs up, and Myers is out number one. Well, attention Red Sox fans. Join John Henry, Tom Werner, Louis Tiant, Senator Christopher Dodd, Hartford Mayor Eddie Perez, UConn basketball coach Jim Calhoun, and Wally the Green Monster in celebration of Connecticut's contributions to Red Sox history. It's all happening at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, Monday, at the Old State House in Hartford, Connecticut.
You're going to be there for that, Don. You're the master of ceremonies for that event tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Very much looking forward to that tomorrow morning. Kilty, the hitter. He is the right fielder now in his third game, actually fourth game as a member of the Toronto Blue Jays, after being traded by the Twins for Shannon Stewart.
Will that be covered on local television in Connecticut?
I think so. I know.
Is it possible for me to pick that up here?
I think you probably see it on the news later tomorrow, but I don't think you can see it live.
I want to see it live.
Well, I'm sure that it'll be on the pregame show tomorrow night because I know NESN cameras are going.
Oh, good.
So you'll have a chance to feel all of what took place there, even though you can't see it live. 1-2 is sent foul off the left side, backing out of play. So now that you have done 2,000 games, and it's not over yet because we're only in the second inning, but would you say now you know more about broadcasting than you did playing, since you broadcast more games than you actually played?
Do I know more about broadcasting than playing?
Than playing, because you've done.
I still don't know anything about broadcasting, and I don't want to learn anything about broadcasting. I might be in trouble. I just come up here and wing it every night and hope to get some of those things right.
Figure if you throw enough theories out there, some of them might stick.
Some do, some don't. You know, you flip a coin.
Well, this is terrific that you have reached your 2,000th game here at Fenway. And in fact, you're home for it, too, because you wouldn't want to be on the road. A lot of these major milestones by players are done on the road, and it kind of gets lost.
Well, that's why I missed a couple on the road early this year, to make sure it happened right here at Fenway. The Wally's upside down again. We won last night. It changed the luck. We put him upside down to watch the game, so we got to stay that way with the winning streak.
And he is okay. He's not having any dizziness. Just missing, held on to by Veritek for a split second, and the full count here to Bobby Kilty. Held off the left side. It's still 3-2. Pedro at 27 pitches through an inning in the third. Concern a little bit in that he's had a long time off, and they'll say before the game that he may be too strong out of the gate, but that should be gone soon into his outing. And he'll be out there a while today since he's had the long layoff. He's staying alive, fouling that pitch off.
A little different situation than Derek Lowe the other night, who relies obviously on the sinker. Pedro more of a power pitcher, but yet early in the game his control may be just off a bit, you know, hitting his spots. I don't think Lowe was right the other night. I think the long layoff kind of hurt Derek Lowe in that game.
Payoff pitch again. Kilty swinging, hitting it high in the air to right. Trot Nixon moving over in front of the track, still moving, and he makes the catch. So 2 down in the inning. Well, Jerry, we found some stuff from way back when you began your illustrious broadcasting career. Yeah, I guess they put together some different things of you and how you.
Oh my goodness.
That's terrific. That's great.
That's my buddy Ned Martin, of course, and I was very lucky to break in with a guy like Ned.
And see you later. Home run.
You contributed a lot there.
Yeah, that was expert analysis. But, you know, what a guy to break in with. I mean, as easygoing as you could possibly come. No pressure. Let you grow on your own. Terrific guy.
He didn't point out your mistakes or...
Oh, absolutely. When I make those grammatical errors, I mean, he'd write them down right next to me here, you know, with a big star next to it.
Kinski, the third baseman, sends it foul down the first base line, 2-1.
Most fun I had with Ned was getting him through airports. He could get lost in an airport better than anybody. Be walking down, you know, after we check in, and I look around, there's no Ned. I got to go find him down he's at the wrong gate someplace.
Was he as easygoing as he appeared on the air?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Always had a very easy delivery, and then it was very easy to listen to. He wasn't forced in any way.
Wasn't crazy about television either. No. Didn't really like television. He was a radio guy and hated to be on camera.
In the air to right, Nixon's been busy. Turns one way, is there to make the catch back onto the track. The ball's going out to right. Nixon getting the ball. We played an inning and a half. No score from Fenway.
Flying to the Washington area for business? If these 21 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to Baltimore Washington International, maybe this will. Now you can fly to BWI for just $49 each way with our everyday fun fares.
You are now free to move about the country.
Whatever happened to the house call? The doctor would show up at the front door and treat the patient right there at home. Who does that anymore? Well, SBC does.
Won't be long.
Only our black bag is a yellow laptop. They may not be doctors, but they do make house calls.
The phone?
I have good news.
The customer. That's who we answer to. SBC.
Any way you want it, the way you need it, any way you want it.
Ford Authorized Clearance is the time to get the best deals on built Ford tough trucks. F-Series has been the #1 selling truck in America for 26 years running. Ford Super Duty has more pulling power than any truck on the planet. And F-150 was named the highest ranked full-size pickup in initial quality by J.D. Power. Get your F-150 or Super Duty with zero financing or up to $3,000 cash back at Ford Authorized Clearance. Get to your New England Ford dealer now.
Boston Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by your New England Toyota dealers, by Bob's Stores, by Coors Light, by Volvo, and by Foxwoods Resort Casino. Pedro Martinez through the first 2 innings is giving up 1 hit. That was a leadoff base hit by Howie Clark. A lot of things in the air so far for the Toronto Blue Jays, but nothing to show for it through the first 2 for Toronto. And it's on to the bottom of the second inning. David Ortiz to lead it off. Ortiz, Millar, and Nixon here against John Wasdin, who I'm sure is very happy to be through his first inning of work here and his second outing with the Toronto Blue Jays. This year, John Wasdin had thrown a perfect game as a member of the Nashville Sounds of the Pacific Coast League. He was 8-4 with a 3.04 earned run average in 18 starts at AAA when he was acquired by the Blue Jays. And as I mentioned, pitched a perfect game against the Albuquerque Dukes. And a 4-0 win in which he struck out 15 along the way to his perfect afternoon. Blue Jays picked him up from the Pirates organization in exchange for minor league outfielder Rich Thompson. And then on July 10th, he had his contract purchased by the Blue Jays from Syracuse. 1-2 to Ortiz. Misses away. 2-2. Wasdin, formerly a first-round pick, 25th overall, 1993, was by the Oakland A's. They had very high hopes for him, and he spent a couple of years with Oakland. Strikes out Ortiz, and there's the first strikeout of the day for John Wasdin.
Well, game time is Miller time at Fenway and on Nesson. Stop by a participating Fenway area retailer before game time. You could win free tickets to the game. End up on Nesson, and the game time is Miller time, Fenway seats.
Do you see them?
Sure, they're out there, but I can't pick one out today. Last night they had the white shirts on.
Yeah, it actually said Miller on them, I think. One away, Kevin Millar at first base for the Red Sox today. Hit a ton to left. Track, wall, monster seats. Millar's gone deep for the 16th time this year, and the Red Sox lead it 1-0.
Kevin Millar, who has been in a prolonged slump, is showing signs of breaking out. 2 for 3 last night with a homer, and it gets this John Wasdin fastball and hits a line shot up over that wall for the home run.
Nixon standing in on the left side. Trout's been busy in the outfield from a defensive standpoint. And he takes ball 1 from Wasdin. Nixon overall 316, 14 homers, and 54 runs batted in.
Red Sox come into the game now with 128 home runs as a team. That's third most in the American League. The Yankees and Texas Rangers are tied for the top spot at 139.
Well, Trot Nixon, last night's hero, driving in the winning run. Swings here, and it's a deep to right field. Back goes Kilty in front of the bullpen. Can he make the catch? Does he have it still? Yes, he does. Remarkably. What a catch by Bobby Kilty. Almost ended up fully in the bullpen. Comes back and still's got the baseball. Wow.
Boy, he played some kind of baseball since joining this Toronto Blue Jay team offensively. And now this play, I mean, it was impossible to call. He goes back, apparently makes the catch, and somehow balances himself on that bullpen without falling in. And he still got the ball in his glove. That's as good as you're going to see out in right field.
And John Wasdin pleased with the effort by Bobby Kilty out there in right. Wow. So 2 down. Jason Varitek stands in. Bobby Kilty, he's had all kinds of success for these Toronto Blue Jays since joining them offensively and defensively. Well, it looks to be an extremely good trade right out of the gate here, at least in the first 4 days for J.P. Ricciardi's Toronto Blue Jays. On the ground to first, Delgado gathers it, and he'll take it to the bag alone to end the inning. But Millar's 16th home run of the year has the Red Sox on top 1-0.
You have the ultimate power to look better, to be stronger, to redefine your body and yourself. Introducing the Bowflex Ultimate. Quite possibly the best home fitness machine ever made. In as little as 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you can get real results that can change your entire body. With over 90 health club quality exercises and up to 410 pounds of resistance, it's like having an entire gym in your home. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. Own the new Bowflex Ultimate with no money down and monthly payments lower than many health club dues. Call and ask for a free video or DVD and check out the entire Bowflex lineup or visit us on the web at BowflexUltimate.com today. The new Bowflex for ultimate results.
Starting with me, everything in this place is mean and miserable.
Is that a tear in your eye, Private? Do you want your mommy? Are you going to cry?
I'll kick the tradition and chivalry out of you.
I suggest you shut your mouth.
I can't hear you!
Nothing is over until we decide it is!
Just one more thing. Don't ever make me mad.
Sweet dreams, ladies! Straight left, right, left, huh!
Back at Fenway, the Red Sox have the 1-0 lead. Well, Nesson's new weekly half-hour show, Red Sox Rewind, is coming up today. After the post-game show, Red Sox Rewind gets you caught up on all the news of the past week, both on and off the field. That's Red Sox Rewind today, right after the post-game show, and also Monday at 5 p.m.
Well, one of the best catches we have seen all year from Bobby Kilty out there in right field to rob Trot Nixon of a home run. To the top of the third, Orlando Hudson, the switch hitting second baseman, taking strike one from Pedro Martinez. Hudson at .278, 5 homers and 36 runs driven in. In the hole quickly, 0-2. Hudson is 2 for 11 in the series so far. Only hitting at .181 against right-handed pitching. As this one will miss. Pedro Martinez has thrown 38 pitches as he works here in the top half of the third inning.
It's interesting when you see guys that have a lopsided batting average, you know, one side or the other switch hitters. Sometimes they just Dixie that switch hitting, you know, and for a left-hander, if he hits better from the left side, you might want to give up the right-handed. You don't see that many left-handed pitching, obviously. It's got good speed, so if you make contact against the lefty, put the ball on the ground, you get a chance to beat it out. I mean, those numbers for Hudson are really lopsided.
He was down 0-2, but he's worked the count full. As we do take a look at those numbers, left-handed at .309, right-handed .181, no home runs. I would say that is a bit of a difference. That's it to right field. Again, Nixon heading back to the warning track, front of the wall, and Trot makes the catch, bangs into the wall. We're seeing some kind of defense from both right fielders today.
Well, maybe not quite as spectacular because the other one would have been a home run, but just as good here by Nixon. And again, Nixon with absolutely no regard for that bullpen wall. Ball down and in, hit pretty well, obviously, by Hudson, and Nixon with the leap and then crashing that right shoulder into the bullpen wall.
Whatever you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, this is unbelievable here early in the game. No, they like it. Wasdin like his, and Pedro likes that one.
So one away here in the third inning. That is now the 5th putout for Trot Nixon out there in right field. He has been very busy. And 3 that have reached the warning track out there on Pedro that Nixon has made catches on. Toronto has nothing to show for it. Chris Woodward, the number 9 hitter and shortstop, at .269, 6 homers and 35 runs batted in. Takes the strike. Thought about swinging, but a called strike. Woodward riding a 6-game hitting streak. He's 8 for 19 during the streak. But strikes out this time. Second strikeout for Pedro. 2 down.
Pedro going with the 93-mile-an-hour fastball down low to pick up this strikeout. Woodward's had the last couple of days off as Mike Bordick has been the shortstop. Gets to start today against Pedro. And has that strikeout in his first at bat.
Well, Martinez is now retired 8 in a row. Howie Clark has The only base hit this time grounds to short slowly, and Nomar can't gather it as Clark will reach with 2 down in the inning.
Nomar's had a couple like that in this series against the Blue Jays, where he's had to charge the ball. See how the official scorer rules this one. Goes to the glove this time, and it comes right out of the webbing of the glove.
Well, they will charge him with an error.
Nomar picking up his 14th error of the season.
So Howie Clark at first base with 2 down. He was reached twice now as he singled in the first inning, and now reaches in the third here on an error. So he's the only Blue Jay that's been on so far against Pedro Martinez. Catalanotto fly to right his first time up, and he swings away this time. Pedro's next pitch will be the 50th of the afternoon with 2 outs here in the third inning. Catalanotto pinch hit here last night and struck out in his only plate appearance. Back in plenty of time is Howie Clark at first base. Here's the breakdown of the pitch count so far for Pedro. 34 strikes of the 50 pitches that he has thrown here today. Foul down the left field line. Backing out of play. 1-2.
Now the fans were in a very good mood leaving the ballpark here last night after a couple of losses right after the All-Star break. It's amazing when you walk to your car after the game. You know right away who won or lost the game.
You don't even have to watch the game. If you walk by the stadium after the game, you get a real good feel as to what happened. There goes the runner at first. The 1-2 will miss. Throw down is a good one, and they got him. Voracek throws out Howie Clark to end the inning. And there's another runner caught stealing by Lojak. Go to boston.com/Nesson to register to win. We played 2.5. Red Sox on top 1-0. The tying run in scoring position. The winning run at the plate in Garcia Parra. The 3-2 pitch. Nomar sends it to center field. Palmeiro heading back. Still going. It is up and off the wall. Jackson will come around and score from second base. Nomar still running for third with a triple. And the Red Sox have tied it 3-3.
The game's not over yet.
The Red Sox have tied it up again tonight.
Don Orsillo here, and so is July on Nesson. We're celebrating with everybody's favorite red, white, and blue team, the Boston Red Sox. Nesson is your home for Red Sox baseball. We start July on the road with fireworks provided by the Devil Ring, Yankees, Blue Jays, and Tigers. And then the All-Star break. 3 days, no games, no fun. And then we're back with more Jays, Rays, Yankees, and Rangers. It's July on Nesson, and we guarantee fireworks all month long.
I told you she had a boyfriend.
The Hyundai Tiburon, with America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. When you can be counted on, you win.
Hurry into the Hyundai winning season event and get 1,000 cash back or 0% APR.
Boston Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by your Lincoln Mercury dealers, by Lojak, by Applebee's, and by Jeep. Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy along with Eric Freed back at Fenway Park. 1-0. Red Sox on top as we head to the last half of the third inning. The number 9 hitter and second baseman today, Damian Jackson, leading it off. as the Red Sox give Todd Walker the day off. And Jackson in there today. 224, no homers, and 4 runs batted in. Really has been a great addition to the Red Sox, an element that they've not had over the last few years, being able to have speed that comes off the bench. And boy, has he played a key role in a lot of the come from behind Red Sox wins.
And it looks like he might get a couple of starts. Grady's saying this morning that he might give Todd Walker a few days off, try to help him get out of the slump that he's been in.
This one backing out of play. Erakinski gave chase.
That's nice luxury, you know, when you get late in the game like the Red Sox did last night, to be able to have a Nomar steal a base, have a Damian Jackson come in to steal, and then Gabe Kapler, which really turned that inning around. I mean, he turned a single into a triple with just a stolen base.
I think that is the thing that has amazed me the most about Gabe Kapler. I didn't realize the speed that he had. He's such a big guy, but he really does have very good speed. And another option late in the game for the Red Sox. Nomar stealing more bases this year. Why do you think it is that there was a few years there where he really was not part of his game?
I guess it depends on philosophy. You know, Jimmy didn't like to run a whole lot, and maybe a little bit different under Grady Little. Picking his spots when to run, trying not to take the bat out of Manny's hands.
Jackson lines this back towards the wall, and it'll kick off the scoreboard. Vernon Wells getting it quickly barehanded, but Jackson too fast. In the second base with a leadoff wall ball double.
Now, when you put a guy like Damian Jackson in the starting lineup, any hit he gets is a bonus. I mean, you really hope that he does the job defensively. And then when he can come up with something like this, it's just a plus. Nice play by Wells off the scoreboard, but Jackson with way too much speed in the second base with that leadoff double.
Well, the Red Sox had Johnny Damon lead off with a double in the first inning. Johnny did not advance as John Wasdin get out of the inning. And Damon bunted this one, sending it foul, backing out of play.
Boy, we've seen a lot of bunts, haven't we, recently popped up by hitters?
Certainly have.
Got to get that barrel of the bat on top of the baseball.
And Nixon last night unable to get the bunt down, but ended up winning the game for the Red Sox with his game-winning base hit. The 0-1 to Damon will miss, and it evens up at 1-1. Show us how you bunt.
I forgot how. Hey, that's good stuff. See, barrel of the bat above the ball, dead in the ball.
I thought the barrel was kind of below there. I didn't.
Well, it ended up below, but it started above. That's about the only thing I could do.
Johnny Damon going through various hairstyles, chosen the braids. And this is a development that I believe has taken place in the last 24 hours. I don't think he had that last night.
Well, there must have been a hairstylist in the clubhouse this morning.
Just trying to get the right one, the one that fits for him, and he still has not really found it yet. This gets a piece of the catcher, Greg Myers.
It's a pleasant afternoon right now for about everybody except Greg Myers.
Beer all over him in the first inning.
Huh?
He had beer all over him when he was.
Yeah, exactly. He got a beer bath early, and now he gets hit by a foul ball.
We're in game 3000 if you'll be able to hear me any better. The 2-2 will miss inside. It's a full count. They have those really good hearing aids now that will really jack it up for you so that it's very loud.
Now the years of strong effects have taken a toll on my hearing. That's okay.
Hi. What? 3-2 to Damon. Grounded foul over by the Red Sox dugout. Johnny Damon with a couple of strikes against him. 3rd overall in the American League behind Michael Young and Aubrey Huff. Is Wade Boggs the best you ever saw with 2 strikes, or have there been better?
I can't think of anybody better than that.
Damon lines it into right field. A base hit. Jackson will be stopped at 3rd by Cubbage as Kilty was up with it quickly in right. And the Red Sox with runners at the corners and nobody out.
Johnny Damon again showing signs of breaking out of a prolonged slump. 2 hits last night, 2 for 2 today. Gets that curveball with 2 strikes and puts it on the line, so he does move the runner along, and he also picks up the base hit. Nobody out. They're not going to take any chances on trying to score. Damian Jackson has a good charge put on the ball by Bobby Kilty.
2 on, nobody out. Bill Miller fouled out to the 3rd baseman Eric Hinsky his first time up. Hinsky had to lean in to the first row of seats over by the on-deck circle to make a fine catch. And Wasdin starts him off with a strike. John Wasdin has given up 4 hits through 2+ innings, 3 for extra base hits, a pair of doubles, a home run, and most recently giving up a single to Johnny Damon. Up and away, and evens up at 1-1. Well, the wind is blowing from left to right, it looks like, out there today. Another strange wind here at Fenway Park. It's pumping pretty good above us. It's 81 degrees to begin the afternoon, degree-wise, and very comfortable conditions here. Not a lot of humidity.
Johnny Damon with 19 steals at first base. He's only been thrown out 2 times.
Foul, and Miller now down to the count 1-2. Red Sox having the first 2 reach here in the 3rd inning. Damian Jackson, who doubled, now stands at 3rd, and Johnny Damon at 1st after he singled to right. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Count of 1-2 to Bill Miller. Miller with a wild defensive swing, strikes out. There's a second strikeout for Wasdin, and there's 1 down. Let's check in with Eric Freed. Eric.
Don spending a couple of minutes here with Senator from the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Jim Bunning, who's celebrating an anniversary here today. Jim, would you care to fill all the Red Sox fans watching in on that anniversary?
Well, okay, I'll try to. 45 years ago today, this very day, a Sunday, first game of a doubleheader, the last no-hitter pitched against the Red Sox. I was fortunate enough to do that, and they had a pretty good club that time. You know, Ted Williams, Jackie Jensen, and others.
When you walk back into this ballpark, bring back some of those memories from 45 years ago? Yeah. We'll get back to you in a moment.
3-run home run for Nomar Garciaparra as the Red Sox on top 4-0. Dead center field and out of the ballpark. Wasdin has relinquished his 2nd home run of the afternoon.
Straightaway center field for Garciaparra, and that hit his backdrop here for the day games. Fastball right over the heart of the plate. Garciaparra with number 14 picks up RBI 61, 62, and 63. So 2 home runs so far for the Red Sox against Wasdin.
Manny Ramirez stands in. Manny grounded out to third base his first time up. Now we'll head back to Eric Fried. Eric?
Didn't this happen the last time we were together on a Sunday? Each time you came to me, the Red Sox hit a home run. I think there's a secret somewhere there. Would you like to face this Red Sox offense? You've been watching it here for a couple of innings. It's a formidable one.
Not particularly, but since most of their power seems to be right-handed, I don't think I would object to it. Had good luck in this ballpark. In fact, we played each other 22 times all those years that I was in the American League. And it was a pleasure always to come to Boston.
Well, it's a pleasure to spend some time with you. It still looks like you could throw a fastball right here.
About 42.
42 on the jugs gun. That's okay. That would get me out. Thank you, Senator. Enjoy the afternoon. Now back to you.
I don't know. I've seen Eric hit before. He sprays to all fields. Manny Ramirez with a count of 1-2. Holds off, and it evens up now at 2-2 to Ramirez.
So 22 times they've played each other during the course of a season. 224 career wins. Is that what it said for Jim Bunning?
So, yeah. And 2-2 to Manny. Just missing and a full count now. Wasdin has thrown 43 pitches in his outing. Our teammate Nomar Garciaparra has taken him deep. A 3-run home run in this inning. Nomar's 14th home run of the year has given the Red Sox a 4-0 advantage. Still here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Ramirez works the walk. That's just the first walk of the day given up by John Wasdin.
Well, the Red Sox Fantasy Camp for Kids is coming up August 18th and 19th at the Melrose Sports Complex. Boys and girls ages 7 to 15 will enjoy 2 days of baseball instruction, an appearance by Louis Tion, and a trip to Fenway Park where campers will be introduced prior to the August 19th game. To reserve your spot, call 1-800-336-2267.
Well, a visit from the pitching coach Gil Patterson, who is at the mound to talk things over with John Wasdin. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Red Sox so far put up a 3 spot in Toronto with action in their bullpen. Tanyan Sturtz. So the conference is broken up by Angel Hernandez, the home plate umpire.
This has been tough 2 first starts for Wasdin, the Yankees, and then the Red Sox.
It's a tough draw when you get those back-to-back in your outings. And the Yankees getting to him 5 times in 1 inning. Now the Red Sox have got to him for 4 runs here. He's still working in the 3rd. Ortiz, a strikeout victim his first time up. 1 of 2 John Wasdin strikeouts. Last 5 games now, 3 for his last 20. He's cooled off a little bit. With 7 home runs over the first 13 games of this month of July. But has cooled off a tad lately. Miss, and Wasdin having trouble throwing strikes right now. Behind 3-0.
Ortiz may have the green light here, 3-0.
Taking all the way that time, and there is ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Wasdin wasn't close. And after the home run to Garciaparra, he's now walked back-to-back hitters Ramirez and Ortiz. going to face Kevin Millar, who took him out of the yard last time up. Millar with his 16th home run of the year. And a solo shot into the monster seats in left back in the second inning. Tried to hold up, but did offer. And Millar down 0-1.
Looked like the splitter that time from Wasdin. He's fastball, curveball, changeup, and splitter.
Millar pops it up foul. Backhand above us. Second appearance for John Wasdin, and this one started off a little bit better than his first one as he get out of the first inning without giving up a run. Then he runs into trouble in the second, giving up a home run to Millar, and now a 3-run home run by Nomar Garciaparra here in the third inning. Missing away to Millar. So Tanya Sturt's warming up in the Toronto bullpen. As Toronto's bullpen has had their problems this season. That's been one of the areas that they have tried many different combinations. Some of the pitchers we saw in Toronto no longer with the team. But that time from Millar, and he strikes out. There's a third strikeout for John Wasdin. 2 down.
Looked like it might have been either the straight change or the splitter that time from Wasdin to pick up the strikeout against Millar.
Here's Nixon, who fly to the track and right his first time up and was robbed by Bobby Kilty. He literally lunged into the Boston bullpen in right field to bring it back. Wasdin missing with hard stuff away. 91 miles per hour that time. Well, the Red Sox now sort of in the middle of the pack in terms of earned run average at 4.56. As they check in at 7th, the Toronto Blue Jays are 12th with a 4.91 ERA as a staff. The 1-0 is a fair ball down the line in right field. Manny Ramirez coming around to score. Ortiz, they may try him as well. Here he comes around. The throw to the plate is not going to be in time. Ortiz is in, and standing at third is Nixon. The Red Sox grab a pair and lead it 6-0.
Nixon gets an off-speed pitch and rifles it right past Carlos Delgado. No fan interference as it headed down that right field corner. And even David Ortiz at first base will be able to score on this triple. Manny coming around first, and then Ortiz to follow with the slide at home plate. Sliding away from the tag and then tagging home plate.
Well, that'll be the afternoon for John Wasdin as the Red Sox get to him for 6 runs over 2 2/3 innings. He departs, and a new Toronto pitcher will be coming on. 6-0 Red Sox in the third.
Welcome to the Jeep Summer Sales Drive. I get it. Oxygen because of Jeep Liberty's high altitude testing. Not exactly. Don't forget the cash allowance and the warranty and 0% financing. Deep breaths.
For deals that'll take your breath away, turn to the Jeep Summer Sales Drive. Right now, very well qualified buyers can get into a Jeep Liberty for $259 a month with a $999 down payment. Plus, every vehicle comes with our 770 powertrain limited warranty. Hurry to your Jeep dealer today.
Introducing Rain-X Car Wax. The same transparent polymer technology that makes our windshield treatment so effective now keeps your whole car protected from rain, dirt, UV rays, and more. There's almost nothing Rain-X Wax won't protect your car from. Almost. New Rain-X Car Wax. Protection you can see.
Back at Fenway, where the Red Sox have the 6-0 advantage. And Jerry, we are celebrating your 2000th broadcast today, and looking back at some of the fine moments you've had over the course of your illustrious career.
Live from Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, the New England Sports Network presents exclusive coverage of Boston Red Sox baseball. Live from Fenway Park. Live from Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, the New England Sports Network presents exclusive coverage of Boston Red Sox baseball. Tonight, it's the Red Sox against the Detroit Tigers.
Bob Kurtz did a better job than I would do under those.
Yeah, Bob had a tough time keeping it together. Great guy. He's out now with the Minnesota Wild doing hockey for Minnesota. And Bob was great, you know. He always looked forward to the next day, you know. The game hadn't even started yet, and he'd say, well, I hope it's a quick win today, and we're looking forward to tomorrow's game. But he was a lot of fun and a terrific guy.
Here's Tanyan Sturtz out of the Toronto bullpen.
29th appearance. He's been out of the bullpen recently. Started the year in the rotation. The record stands at 6-4. Sturtz out of the bullpen is 3-0 with a 5.32 ERA. That's in 20 appearances.
First facing the switch hitting catcher for the Red Sox, Jason Varitek, who's the 9th member of the Red Sox to bat here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They have scored 5 times in the bottom of the 3rd so far and lead it 6-0. Nixon just 90 feet away with perhaps another run. On the cut that time was Varitek. And it's 2-1. Wasdin still responsible for Nixon, who stands at 3rd base, but he's been touched for 6 runs so far in his 2 2/3 innings of work. And they have 6 hits, including a couple of home runs. 1 to Millar, and with a 3-run shot in this inning by Garciaparra. On the ground towards Chris Woodward at shortstop. And the high throw, but Delgado comes down on the bag. The inning is over, but not before the Red Sox strike for 5 runs. The end of 3 on top, 6-0.
45.
Are you fast enough to make millions of hearts race? Strong enough to drive away fear? Cool enough to make the competition sweat? They are. The drama of the NASCAR Championship, coming to TNT.
NASCAR racing on TNT is brought to you by Chase Toys on the Thorndike Road in Unity. 948-5729.
So, do you hate baseball?
No, I like baseball. I just never understood how you guys could spend so much time discussing it. I mean, I've been to games, but I don't memorize who played 3rd base for Pittsburgh in 1960.
Don Hoke.
Don Hoke.
Beat you.
Baseball tonight, all season long on ESPN and ESPN2.
Trailside Discount is now open. For all you want and more, come visit Mallside Discount in Bangor and Trailside Discount in Newport.
Looks good, Jared.
Sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Nobody loves chicken more than me.
Excuse me. Try the roasted chicken breast, then talk to me about love.
I know I love it.
Me too.
Love.
Love is my chicken pizziola. Subway's newest chicken sandwich. Tender strips of chicken, spicy pepperoni smothered in a tangy marinara sauce, topped with melted cheese.
All right. Do you love anything more than this chicken?
The meatball's pretty good.
But today it's chicken! I guess I'm not the only one who loves chicken.
Back at Fenway, Red Sox on top 6-0. That is a Wally family reunion out there atop the wall.
They spent some time on that, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
They'll have their chairs.
Time now for the Aflac trivia question today. Who did Nomar Garciaparra hit his first major league home run against? We'll have the answer for you in the next half inning.
I think I know that answer.
Well, he's had very good success against that pitcher very recently. As Catalanado leads it off. Swinging at the first pitch from Pedro Martinez, who was on the Red Sox bench for, well, better than 25 minutes. While the Red Sox sent 9 men to the plate and scored 5 times in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and he's got some run support, something he's not had a lot of this season, as Catalinato fouls it off down into the seats beyond Canvas Alley.
You know, Don, ever since Wally's gained a little bit of notoriety, these relatives are coming out of the woodwork. He's got more family members, I think, than he ever imagined having.
We met Molly last night. So there's the rest of the family here for the Wally family reunion. Catalinato strikes out. There's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Pedro Martinez.
Challenge time from Pedro after sitting around a long time in that Red Sox dugout. No effect. I suppose Catalinato away with that fastball for the strikeout. His 3rd of the ball game.
So 1 away, and it brings up Vernon Wells, who struck out swinging in the 1st inning. Just 1 hit so far today for Toronto. Back in the 1st inning, Howie Clark singled to center field, the very first batter that Pedro Martinez faced today. And that has been it. The only other runner to reach for Toronto was Howie Clark, who reached on an error in the 3rd, but was caught stealing as Jason Varitek threw him out. They drove 3 strikeouts on the afternoon. For a 1-2. Missing up top that time, 2-2. The K-men are poised and ready out there in center field. Wells fouls it down the right field line, back and out of play. I think it's a piece of Varitek on the way back to the backstop.
Going to rattle the jaw a little bit for Jason Varitek. Foul ball knocking the mask right off.
Lunging and strikes out for the 2nd time today. That's strikeout number 4 for Pedro Martinez.
Second matchup today for Pedro and Delgado. Let's see how Pedro worked Delgado in that first at bat. A lot of pitches inside. He stops him with a fastball for a ball. The cut fastball inside, running the count to 2-0. Fastball out over the plate. The curveball to make it 3-1. Fouls a fastball off, and then Delgado gets a high fastball above the belt. And puts a pretty good charge in it, but not quite enough as Trot Nixon is there to make the play.
Swing and a miss this time from Delgado. Now tipped and held on to by Varitek, and it's 0-2. Pedro Martinez struck out Catalinato to begin the inning. Then he struck out Vernon Wells. Now he's ahead of Carlos Delgado, 0-2. Struck him out. Down in order go the Toronto Blue Jays, all by way of the K. 5 strikeouts for Pedro.
Some people don't realize how many nonstop flights Southwest offers, so we created this simple color-coded map to help. Baltimore to L.A. is red. Phoenix to Raleigh-Durham, blue. Chicago to Seattle, yellow. L.A. to Austin, canary yellow. Orlando to Albuquerque, teal. Las Vegas to Houston, aquamarine. Buffalo to Phoenix, beige umber. San Jose to Baltimore, pistachio. Oakland to Chicago, sea green. Albany to Orlando, puce. Tampa to St. Louis, pinkish. New Orleans to San Diego, kinda green.
You are now free to move about the country.
Hard work. Experience. Lead to success. Hamill, Waxler, Allen, and Collins. Personal injury law.
rotten with me. Everything in this place is mean and miserable.
Is that a tear in your eye, Private? Do you want your mommy? Are you going to cry?
I'll kick the tradition and chivalry out of you.
I suggest you shut your mouth.
I can't hear you!
Nothing is over until we decide it is.
Just one more thing. Don't ever make me mad.
Sweet dreams, ladies! Straight left, right, left, ha!
Well, a very impressive inning for Pedro Martinez after sitting on the bench better than 25 minutes. Comes back out, strikes out the side in order, including Carlos Delgado for the exclamation point on the top of the 4th inning. Kevin Millar's solo home run, his 16th of the year, and Omar Garciaparra with a 3-run shot, his 14th. And the Red Sox with 5 extra base hits. They chased John Wasdin from the game after 2 2/3. Wasdin charged with the 6 runs the Red Sox have, and Pedro's given up just 1 hit through the first 4 innings, striking out 5. And we head now to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Damian Jackson to lead it off, and he's got his 2nd hit of the day. Batting from the number 9 spot in the Boston order, Damian Jackson 2 for 2.
Damian Jackson picking on that first fastball from Tanyan Sturridge. You see Myers wanted it away. It was down out over the plate, and a topspin ground ball through that left side of the infield for Jackson. A double and a single today.
Here's Johnny Damon, who stands in on the left side. He has a double and a single today as well. 2 for 2 in the game for Johnny. Jackson always a threat to take off. But the Red Sox on top here 6-0 as Damon carves it foul off the left side. Where's the cutoff in your eyes? And I know this is something we talked about earlier in the year, when you kind of stop trying to steal bases when you have a lead.
Oh, I don't think it's at that point right now, certainly in this ballpark. Now, I know Pedro's facing the other team, but it's still too early. It's the 4th inning and a 6-0 game. I think if Jackson can get a jump, you go.
Bluffs the 1-1 is in there for a strike to Damon.
A lot of it's the feel of the game too. You know, it used to be they say, well, it's a 7-run rule, this and that, but it depends on how the game's going, who's pitching, you know, where you're playing.
A lot of factors.
Yeah, really.
The 1-2 to Damon is a soft liner that is one hopped into the glove of Woodward. Still can't gather it. Now he does. And fortunately for Toronto, nice heads-up play by the pitcher, Tanyan Sturridge, to cover the bag.
Well, that's something you don't see very often. The pitcher going to second base to get the force out. Good heads-up play by Tanyan Sturridge. Chris Woodward ranging up the middle, could not make the play in the air. He bobbles the ball, it looks like right there, and then Sturridge heads up, gets over there to make the play at second base for the force out. Both the second baseman, he was out of the play. He was also trying to make the play in the pop-up. Nothing Jackson can do except hang out and see what happens. Ever recall seeing that?
No, that's the first time I've ever seen that. Here's Bill Miller, who takes the ball, but then again, I haven't done 2,000 games.
It might be a new wave of how to turn a double play. You get a ground ball at one of your middle infielders, the pitcher covers and turns it over.
Bill Miller is 0 for 2 today. He's fouled out to the third baseman and has struck out swinging. There goes Damon at first, and Miller swinging and fouling it back.
That's what I mean, Don. Way too early in the game to stop doing that. I mean, if you've got the base stealers on there at this stage of the game, that's certainly not considered rubbing it in. Go.
We've seen 6 runs here erased in a heartbeat before, especially at Fenway Park. Damon has been caught twice on the season. Outfield set up straight away for Bill Miller. Yeah, the Red Sox certainly have seen a healthy diet of Tanyan Sturtz over the last few years. Of course, remember the Tampa Bay Devil Rays as a starter. The Red Sox playing the Devil Rays 19 times each of the last couple of years, and seems they have faced Tanyan Sturtz more than anybody else. Now he's with the Toronto Blue Jays and working out of their bullpen. Seen him already a couple of times this season. Fouled off, and it evens up at 2-2. The 2-2 to Miller. He'll spray it foul off the left side again. It looks like the Yankees have opened things up against Cleveland. It had been 1-0, but now it is 6-0. New York on top of Cleveland. Went to the scoreboard there and left in the 6th inning. And had C.C. Sabathia matched up against David Wells. Wells 11-3, looking for his 12th win of the year. And a full count now to Bill Miller. And last night, an important win for the Red Sox on many fronts. Their first win of the second half and broke up a string of 3 losses in a row, but also had to keep pace with the Yankees, who won yesterday, and the Red Sox 4 games back of the Yankees to begin the day. There goes Damon at first. Miller swinging, nicely picked up by Delgado, and he's able to record the putout at first base for out number 2. Up to second goes Damon. Wow, what a play by Delgado.
Well, we have certainly seen some defense in this game. Kilty, Nixon in the outfield. Now Delgado at first base. A rocket by Bill Miller, but backhanded play and trips over the first base bag to get the out. Yep, it is frustrating. You hit the ball right on the button, and you're not 2 steps out of the bag, out of the batter's box, and you're already out.
So 2 down, a runner in scoring position for Nomar Garciaparra, who hit his 14th home run. Last time up, a 3-run shot off John Wasdin to straightaway center field. And he sends this one foul back to the backstop. And Nomar's part of the trivia question. Let's take a look at that Aflac trivia question answer. His first home run in the major leagues was much like the home run today. He hit it off John Wasdin in Oakland back in 1996. Nomar's first season, and the 2 reunited again here today. Nomar taking him deep again. 3-run shot. And Wasdin, it was his 2nd home run. Tough outing today for John. 2 2/3, giving up 6 hits, 6 runs. He walked 2 and struck out 3, and is on the hook. Line foul back into the seats. And it's 1-2 now to Nomar. Surveys the bat. Fights it off foul off the right side. Still 1-2 to Garciaparra. Tanyan Sturtz from Worcester, Mass. And of course, the general manager of the Toronto Blue Jays, J.P. Ricciardi, from Worcester, Mass. as well. 1-2 will miss, and the count evens up at 2-2. In the dirt, and Myers going lunging to his right. So pretty good at bat here for Nomar. He's fouled off a few, taken a few, and There's a full count with 2 down, and Johnny Damon standing at second base. Jolts it to left. Catalanotto looking up as it grabs the wall. Damon coming around to score the 7th Boston run. Into second goes Nomar. Wall ball RBI double for Nomar Garciaparra's 4th RBI of the day, and the Red Sox lead it 7-0.
Well, Garciaparra picks up his 26th double of the season. He'll get into a tie now with Johnny Damon in the top 10 in the American League. Right off the scoreboard. Nice play off the scoreboard by Catalanotto, but Nomar on his way to a very, very big day today. Already with 4 ribbies, the home run and the double. There's been a little tension in this matchup between Tanyan Sturtz and Manny Ramirez over the years.
With a 92-mile-per-hour fastball to Ramirez, and he walked his last time up, came around to score.
April 19th of this season was the latest between Manny and Sturtz. Sturtz hit him, and Manny tried to make his way out toward the mound as he was heading down that first baseline. I think it was Eno that held him back.
The 0-2. Missing that time. 1-2 now to Ramirez. And certainly the Red Sox had their problems with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays over the time that Tanyan Sturtz was a member of the Rays. And Ryan Roop was kind of in the midst of all of that, who spent time with the Red Sox this season. One-two to Ramirez. Thrown inside. Misses at 2-2. Well, time for Ramirez against Sturtz. Done very well. 353 batting average and 6 home runs. And he hits this deep in far to right center field. Wells on the run. Back and gone. A 2-run home run for Manny Ramirez, his 7th off Tanyan Sturtz, and the Red Sox lead it 9-0.
Well, it really is amazing sometime how there's just one guy that you absolutely own, and Manny Ramirez owns Tanyan Sturtz. 7th career home run off Sturtz. Looked to be a slide of Manny with that perfect swing. Shoulder on the ball, driving the ball hard to the opposite field and into the bleachers for the home run. Went the other way last night with that big base hit to drive in the tying run.
Now here's David Ortiz, who's 0 for 1 with a walk as he takes strike 1 from Sturtz. His 3rd all-time against the Blue Jays now, behind Canseco and Baines. Down the line in left, Catalanotto moving over, and he makes the catch for the final out of the inning. But the Red Sox come up with 3 more, and at the end, the 4 from Fenway. Boston on top, 9-0.
And now with a late-breaking story, here's Suzanne.
Thanks, Tom. As the volcano continues to erupt, we take you live to correspondent John Ryland, who's at the scene. John, what's the situation?
Suzanne, as you can see behind me, the lava is covering an area of about 2 square miles. It's a bad situation, but I do have good news.
What's that, John?
I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
For extra convenience, extra value, and extra service, stop at Extra Mart. When you're on the go, you need a little extra. Fuel up on Extra Mart's Deli Joe sandwiches, Brew Boy coffee, and more. For your car, Extramart offers the brands you know at competitive prices. To protect your lips from the unpredictable spring weather, Extramart offers a full line of chapstick products, America's favorite lip balm. With over 150 locations throughout New England, be smart. Shop Extramart.
Whatever happened to the house call? The doctor would show up at the front door and treat the patient right there at home. Who does that anymore? Well, SBC does.
Won't be long.
Only our black bag is a yellow laptop. They may not be doctors, but they do make house calls.
Phone?
I have good news. The customer. That's who we answer to. SBC.
Yeah.
Back at Fenway with the Red Sox on top 9-0. And Pedro Martinez has been very impressive on the afternoon.
Pedro last inning striking out the side. The fastball here for the strikeout. A cut fastball for a strikeout on Wells. And then a changeup to Delgado to strike out the side in the 4th inning.
There's Greg Myers to lead it off. Myers flied out to left field his first time up, 0 for 1. It'll be Myers, Kilty, and Hinsky to bat in the inning. This is softly lined into left field. Opposite field base hit for Greg Myers, and just the 2nd hit of the day for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Right fielder, number 24, Bobby Kilty.
And out there in the bleachers in between innings, Coca-Cola bottlers out there, and the switch. That's pretty interesting. Not exactly. You see what it says?
A part of it says Coke.
The second half says Go Sox on the right side. There it is, the Go Sox. It's not easy to orchestrate all those people to do it at the same time.
Those are all employees, I guess, of Coca-Cola here today, right?
I think so. That's great.
That's a lot of tickets.
How many tickets are there in the entire bleachers? Any ideas?
I don't know.
Two to Bobby Kilty will miss, 1 and 2. The Red Sox dropping off your cake here in between innings to celebrate your 2000 telecast.
Yeah, that's nice. Very nice.
And the Red Sox logo in the middle and the 2000 Rem Dog. Very nice cake.
Gonna take a lot of people to eat that cake.
Strikeout number 6 for Pedro Martinez. Bobby Kilty, the latest victim, and there's 1 down.
Well, Pedro is certainly sharp in this ball game today, even with the extended rest that he has had. He's been right on target. There's the changeup again to pick up the strikeout.
One out, 1 on. Eric Hinsky flying to the track his first time up, and he laces this one foul off the right side. Sox don't hold Myers on at first as Millar stands in behind him. And there's a strike to Hinsky. Pedro Martinez has now thrown 73 pitches as he works here with 1 out in the 5th inning. Red Sox in charge here today on top 9-0. Hinsky fouls it back.